You get a look inside Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the ground, it's Quinshawn Judkins. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
And on first down, it's back to Judkins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They run straight ahead with Judkins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. Third down coming up.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On third down, Sanders. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That's Carl Granderson in there to record the sack.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Browns will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll throw to begin with Shough. That's made right side. It's Johnson. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
On second down, it's Shough. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
They'll go back to Etienne on first down. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up second and 2 at the 29-yard line.
We're going to put a man in motion to the right. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Once again, it's Etienne. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
17 yards.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run it here with Etienne. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Saints.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Makes the score Saints 7, Browns 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready now for their second drive. They'll begin with first and 10. On play action, Shedeur. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Ryan Brzee. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. The Saints have got it.
The quarterback taken down in sack. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Saints.
The carry here for Etienne. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Throw left side, that's Johnson. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have the Saints first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
He'll take off again, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
Here's a run with their tight end, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
How about that wrinkle, Mike? I mean, down here, goal-to-go situation. You know the defense has prepared for all the traditional goal line plays, the tight red zone plays. So sometimes you got to pull it out of the bag a little bit and get creative, and that creativity nearly led to 6 points.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
The kick is good. Makes the score Saints 14, Browns 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run with Jenkins to begin the drive. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. He did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Forced out left. taking off. He'll try to get there.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Third, they need 8. From the gun, it's Sanders. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They have looked sharp early on, getting the lead in the football as they begin in the closing seconds of this first quarter. Shough looking to throw on first down. That one caught Devon Vele. And will be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. As they've got it with 1st and 10. On the zone read, it's Shough. He'll take this forward for about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 4. Shough. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it once more with Etienne. Good blocking to the 15. And he's in. What a drop. Travis Etienne. Touchdown Saints. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Browns 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Tight end, Harold Fannin. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Now it's Sanders. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Carl Granderson getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball, that extra second in the pocket. And with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need. Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Now Sanders on 3rd and long. Rolling right, and he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Olave is the motion man. Throwing on 2nd down, Shough. Oh, wide open is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. It's good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll give himself up here, but it's a gain of 5 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. Operating out of the gun, this is Shough. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
3rd down, they need 5. From the gun, it's Shough. Left side into the hands of Olave. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On the give, it's Etienne. He did a nice job skipping away from one tackle, then going forward, gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry, and anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Here's Etienne. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards, stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Now Shough on third down. He'll try carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Browns have it.
The quarterback keeps it. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Browns.
As Shedeur on first down. His throw left side is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 4. On the give, it's Judkins. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
There's a screen set up for Judkins. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping him short on third down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Saints offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, Shough. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning.
On the coverage.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Shough to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, And now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
The slot man in motion right. On third and long. Here's Shough. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. So fourth down, and Ryan Wright on to punt it away. Back deep for Cleveland is Gage Larvidan. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Browns offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Shedeur. A short run that is caught by Fanning.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
2nd and 5. Sanders will throw it. He's hit as he throws. He throws to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. To throw is Sanders. He'll try to run for it. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. The Saints offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Here is Shough. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
2nd down at the 23-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Saints offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, a give to Etienne. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards Jared Verse there to make the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here comes the jet sweep. And that didn't fool anyone. They'll chase him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
That's deep for Olave. That is caught. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. That is a big gainer for the Saints. Pickup of 46 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
On the ground, here's Etienne. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
To throw is Shough. He'll step up and run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Etienne. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration. And that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Shough going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he will score again. Etienne, touchdown Saints. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for the 2nd half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Quick throw, taken in. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. The Browns offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Nathan Shepard in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
And he's out of bounds. Still short of the first down, but got a good chunk of yardage back with that one.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Shough. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
Whoa! And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, New Orleans.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Shough. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Shough. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
38 yards.
That is a big gainer for the Saints. 38 yards.
1st and 10.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play. So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Javon Vele was the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
12 yards to
That
go.
was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
To the air is Shough. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's trying to get to the marker, but he's not going to get there. About a yard short. Now, what do on 4th and 1?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he'll fight forward, doesn't get a hold up, and he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
And the decision to go for it on 4th and short, it's a lot easier, Mike, when you take a look in that huddle and you see the big guys up front. I mean, their ability to continue to win at the point of attack. We've seen it all game long, and when that's the case, you don't need to overthink it. Turn around, hand it to your back, fresh set of downs.
And a short pickup down inside the 10.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. Again, they give it to Etienne. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Saints will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Throwing now, Sanders on 1st down. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
That's good.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders. This one complete right side. A gain there of 11. It's a Browns 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see defense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
A gain of 12.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Putting the tight end in motion. Here's Judkins now as we begin the 4th quarter. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Sanders. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
And deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. Here is Shough on 1st and 10. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. Incompletion.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll motion the slot man right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Now Shough on 3rd down. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Browns offense make their way out to take over once more. On the handoff, Judkins. And he'll get about 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Sanders, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Ryan Brzee gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down.
this offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down. As the defense nowhere to be found, they picked up 20 on fourth down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight, and it's second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
To throw again is Sanders. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, Cleveland.
There's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Here's a screen set up for Judkins. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
14 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Up the middle goes Judkins here, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Now Sanders on third and long. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
He'll try to throw for it with Sanders. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. the middle, here's Etienne. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Nick, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Shough to throw on second down. He takes off. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
That's good.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
The carry here for Etienne. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard.
The back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Throwing on second down, Shough. To the right side here, pass is caught, and it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. Into space. And he's into the end zone yet again. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, New Orleans. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're obviously looking for, I guess, a moral victory at this point. Still in search of their first touchdown of this game. This is probably going to be their last shot to get it in the end zone, and this drive will begin with first down. From the gun, it's Shedeur. His throw left is complete with Judy. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. His guys have a first down.
43-yard line.
Shedeur on first down. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Second and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Sanders will throw it. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Carl Granderson in there for a loss of 5 on the sack. And now it's third down. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, that is terrific. Out of bounds, inside the 5-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. On the zone read, it's Shough. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
They'll run. It's Etienne, and he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one, a win for the Saints. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.